जद मैं मार, मैं ममत्व अहमत्व, जद मैं मार पिछावल सुटिया, चढ़ पलंगते सेजे सुतिया, इश्क दुलारे घसे भाग सिन्हा दे अच्छे। ढूंढ ढूंढ गे ढूंढ ढूंढ के उमर गवाई, जा घर अपनी झाती पाई, जा घर अपनी झाती पाई, राम खब्बे से राम सज्जे भाग सिन्हा दे। मैं जल कर भई, वही बात मीरा कह रही है बेचारी, ओ जोगी 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 जोगी। यह अनुनय है, प्रार्थना।
Dear devotees, a very important message. Please turn off your mobiles into silent mode. There should not be any disturbance during the meeting. It is very embarrassing, not only to all of us, but to the speakers in general. Okay, thank you so much for your cooperation.
We are going to start today's program very soon. All of you kindly switch off your mobiles or put them in vibrator mode.
ওই দেখে দেখে করতে হবে, দেখি কিরকম করবে। সবাই তো একসাথে ঘুরতে আসতে পারবে না। না, অসুবিধা কি আছে? এসে বসে হ্যাঁ, ওখানে কিছু না, এখান দিয়ে আসতে। वॉशरूम यहाँ से दिखा देंगे। we are starting the program with Vedic chanting. Am I audible, please? Okay. So we begin the program with Vedic chanting by the monastics of Ramakrishna Mission.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspatihi Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami ritam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatra Sthirairangai Istushtovagum Sastanobhi Vyashema Deva Hitayadayuhu Swasti na Indra Vriddhashravaha Swasti nः Pusha Vishvavedaः Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemiः Swasti no Brihaspatirdadhatu Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tacchayoravrinīmahe Gatum Yajñāya Gatum Yajñapataye Daivi Swastirastu Naha Swastirmanushebyah Urdhvanjigatu Bheshajam Shanno Astu Dvipade Shanchatushpade Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine.
distinguished guests and speakers on the dais, revered Maharajis and Matajis, and very dear devotees. The Ramakrishna movement is nothing but a movement of the divine and a force to be reckoned with all over the world today. This is how Swami Buddhanandaji Maharaj, a former head of this very center, had once described this great movement as. This movement gives a most daring answer in the form of a challenging question. If God can be worshipped through a clay image, why not through man? Let us all recall what Swami Vivekananda has said in this connection. My ideal indeed can be put into a few words, and that is to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every moment of life. Hence, the Ramakrishna mission that he founded 125 years ago is based upon two fundamental principles, based on divinity of all beings and therefore the oneness of existence. And second, selfless service is the real worship of God in man, or Shibogyane Jivo Sheva. Where seva is not compassion, where seva and not compassion is the catchword. He says, who are you to show compassion to others? You can only serve. And we are all happy that it's an ongoing movement for the sake of Bahujana Hitaya and Bahujana Sukhaya, for the welfare of the many and for the happiness of the many. And mind you, it's only the first 125 years of the 1500 prophesied by Swami Vivekananda. In a seminar like this on world peace and harmony, the last word comes from none other than our dear and very own Holy Mother, our Sangha Janani. No one is a stranger, my child, the whole. There's a small announcement before I request revered Swami view of the parliament session that is going on and some other related events that you all know. And she has sent her message from her office which says, Dear Sir, thank you for the invitation. We regret to inform you that Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi will not be able to attend the international seminar due to the ongoing parliamentary session. However, she has conveyed her best wishes for a successful program. I now request revered Swami Sarvalokanandaji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi, to deliver his welcome address. Maharaj.
Om Asato Ma Sadagamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mityorma Amritagamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from unreal to real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. अंतर्राष्ट्रीय गोष्ठी में आप सबका हार्दिक स्वागत है। मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि इतने सारे भक्त तथा श्रोता आज यहाँ उपस्थित हुए हैं। सुबह सुबह मैं सोच रहा था कि बादल होने के कारण भक्त लोग श्रोतागण उपस्थित हो पाएंगे या नहीं, लेकिन ठाकुर माँ स्वामी जी की कृपा से 4 बजे से मैंने यह देखा कि आसमान बिल्कुल साफ हो गया है। सूर्य भगवान कृपा करिए और आप सब यहाँ आज उपस्थित हुए हैं। It is my proud privilege to welcome you all to this prestigious international seminar organized on the occasion of 125th anniversary of Ramakrishna Mission. It's a matter of great joy and pride that Ramakrishna Mission has completed its eventful existence of 125 years. People wonder how it has been existing for such a long time with all-round growth. What is the secret of it? It is because of its spiritual foundation, which is Atmanamokshartham Jagadhitaya cha. For one's own self-liberation and for the good of the world. It is noteworthy that Ramakrishna Mission has been serving the entire humanity in a humble way in the field of education, health, relief and rehabilitation, and of course also in the field of restoring harmony and peace. Dear friends, in this context, Swami Vivekananda made a prophecy. I would like to quote it within bracket, Ramakrishna Mission will be a great center of tolerance and universal acceptance, of grand harmony of all religions, creeds and faith, sending forth the shining message of goodwill, peace and harmony, taking the whole universe to liberation. And with the passage of time, it has come true. The Ramakrishna Mission has been preaching the message of global peace and harmony in its humble way through its more than 207 centers in India and 67 abroad, which has been acknowledged by renowned world bodies who have bestowed their honor on us. The contribution of Ramakrishna Mission in ushering in world peace and harmony may not be felt outwardly, but it is certain that it is silently percolating to the masses at large like dewdrops which fall unheard and unseen on the flower and make them bloom. There are many distinguished speakers present on the dais, and I am sure they will deliberate on this subject very effectively, and they will enlighten us about this subject with their profound knowledge and experience. We are very fortunate that to have Revered Swami Subirananda Ji Maharaj, General Secretary Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission Belur Mutt, amongst us. He is the Chief Executive of the Global Ramakrishna Mission. You can imagine how much busy he is. In spite of his busy schedule, he has kindly agreed to grace the occasion as the president of today's seminar. Undoubtedly, he will enlighten us about today's subject with his profound knowledge and experience. On behalf of Ramakrishna Mutt, Ramakrishna Mission New Delhi, I heartily welcome him and express a sense of gratitude to him. We are very glad that Dr. Karan Singh, elder statesman, scholar, former Union Cabinet Minister and Ambassador, is kindly present amongst us as a chief guest. Undoubtedly, He will inspire all of us with his vast erudition. On behalf of Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi, I heartily welcome him to this seminar. Swami Satyamayananda Ji Maharaj, Assistant Minister in Charge or Minister in Charge of Vedanta Society of Western Washington, Seattle, USA, has come all the way from USA to enlighten us about this topic of the seminar. On behalf of Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi, I heartily welcome him to today's international seminar. Professor Dr. Qazi Nurul Islam, Founding Chairman, Department of World Religions and Culture, Dhaka University, Bangladesh. When I approached him that we want you in the midst of us during the seminar as a speaker, I surprised that he immediately agreed to come over to India all the way from Bangladesh. We are sure he will enrich us about the subject of the conference with his profound knowledge and experience. Dr. Liliana Malkova, the former secretary of Ramakrishna Society, Vedanta Center, Moscow, Russia, as she was unable to come to India all the way from Russia, has kindly sent her pre-recorded speech to us. In this context, I would like to tell you that she is the pioneer of Vedanta movement in Russia. We heartily welcome her to this seminar. We have a great pleasure in welcoming Professor Dr. Azizur Nahar Islam, Department of Philosophy, University of Dhaka, Bangladesh, to Ramakrishna Mission, Delhi, as one of the speakers of today's international seminar. You'll be happy to know that Professor Qazi Nurul Islam happens to be the husband of Professor Azizur Nahar Islam. Swami Santatmanji Maharaj, Secretary Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Institute of Values, Gurgaon, needs no introduction, as he was the Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi for 16 years, and he took Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi to a height of great excellence. We all welcome him to this international seminar. Sri Lakshmi Nivas Jhunjhunwala, who is the President of the Managing Committee of Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi, is kindly present amongst us. He guides us, helps us in running the Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi. In this context, I would like to mention that we are seriously thinking to start a school of languages in the Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi very soon. That is why we approached Mr. Jhunjhunwala for good amount of donation for developing infrastructure of the School of Languages. अरे मैं तो अभी कहा ही नहीं कि हमने अप्रोच किया कि मिलेगा कि मिलेगा नहीं जान के अब ताली बजाने लग गए हैं. For developing the infrastructure of the School of Languages. You'll be happy to know that he has promised to donate rupees 25 lakhs for the same. It is our pleasure to welcome him to this seminar. Now, I find that a good number of monks have come from different centers of Ramakrishna Mission. Swami Suprakasananda, the head of the Vrindavan Center, Swami Dharmagananda, head of Ajmer Center, Swami Deva Prabhananda, head of Jaipur Center, Swami Atmanishtananda, the head of the Khetri Center, Swami Dayamuttananda, head of Kankhal Center, Swami Kapilashananda, head of Rishikesh Center, Swami Anupamananda, Head of Chandigarh Center, Swami Tanmahimananda, Head of Simla Center, Swami Gananisthananda, Head of Samlatal Center, Swami Dhruveshananda, Head of Almora Center, and Swami Supradiptananda, Head of Gwalior Centers. It is not a matter of joke that so many monks, head of the centers, have joined this international seminar, and many other monks have come different centers of Ramakrishna Mission. Here I see the Matajis from Sardamat, House Khas, Delhi, are also attending this seminar, and the extended large number of devotees, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen present here, I heartily welcome them on to this international seminar organized by Ramakrishna Mission, New Delhi, on the occasion of 125th anniversary of Ramakrishna Mission. Namaskar, Dhanyavad.
Now we have the felicitation of our guests. I request the Swamiji sitting in the front row to please come to the green room. First of all, revered Swami Subhidanandaji Maharaj, General Secretary Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, will be felicitated by Swami Sarvalokanandaji Maharaj. Now, Dr. Karan Singh will be felicitated by Swami Dhruveshanandaji Maharaj. Now Swami Shantatmananji Maharaj will be felicitated by Swami Atmanisthanandaji Maharaj. Now, Swami Satya Mayanandaji Maharaj will be felicitated by Swami Suprakashanandaji Maharaj. Now, Shri Lakshmi Nivas Junjunwala ji will be felicitated by Swami Deva Prabhananda ji Maharaj. Dr. Qazi Nurul Islam will be felicitated by Swami Anupamananda ji Maharaj. And last but not the least, Dr. Azizun Nahar Islam by Swami Dharmagyananda ji Maharaj. Dr. Karan Singh requires no introduction. As a matter of fact, we can call him as a humanist, as a perfect humanist and a champion of the global interfaith movement. We are very happy to have him with us today, and I request him to please deliver his speech. Dr. Karan Singh ji.
Respected Swami Subirananji Maharaj and other respected Swamis of the Ramakrishna Mission, on the dais and in the audience, Dr. Qazi Nurul Islam and Begum Sahiba, I forget her name, Lakshmi Nivas Junjunwala, हमारे पुराने साथी, and friends in the audience. Let me say what a pleasure it is to be back in this hall. When I first came to Ramakrishna Mission Swamiji, there was only 2 rooms where we met you. And Swami Ranganathananji was here, and I saw this building coming up brick by brick over the years. And I remember the day it was inaugurated. It was inaugurated by Srimati Indira Gandhi, if I remember correctly. And that was a memorable day. And then it was strengthened and doubled. So this hall has got a lot of memories for me, and it is a great pleasure to be back, always with the Ramakrishna Mission, doing such splendid work. Atmano mokshartham jagat hitaya cha is what Swamiji said when he set up the mission. And that is what they're doing, whether it is in education or in health or in tribal affairs or in disaster relief or any other area. The Ramakrishna Mission has excelled itself in whatever it has done. I recall in 1893 reading about the great first parliament of the world's religions, in which Swami Vivekananda ji made such a tremendous impact. In fact, it is remembered largely because of his extraordinary presence there. 100 years after that, in 1993, the Chicago Committee again came alive and started the series of World Parliaments of Religion. I was there in 1993 when the second Parliament was held in Chicago itself, and since then these have been held all over the world. And this year, this month in fact, the 9th Parliament is going to be held back in Chicago itself, where it was born 30 years ago. I would like very warmly to congratulate the Ramakrishna Mission for having completed 125 years of excellent work and service, not only in India, but around the world. I have had occasion to visit several of your centers in different parts of the country and abroad. And wherever I've been impressed by the way in which the mission has kept itself going and has been able to fulfill the purposes for which it was set up. I'm afraid World Peace and Harmony, which is the title of this seminar, has not been achieved despite all the efforts of the Ramakrishna Mission. We are in fact going in the opposite direction. In the last few years, there's been a recrudescence of violence. Even if you look around you today, there's a fratricidal war going on between Ukraine and Russia. There's a civil war in Sudan. There's a war in Niger. There's conflict wherever you look. And we don't have to go that far. In our own country, Manipur has been on fire for the last 100 days. And Haryana, the fire is also now blazing. It's most extraordinary that as humanity is developing, instead of becoming more and more stable and wise, we do not seem to be going in that direction at all, which is a pity. Because with all the new technologies that we have, one would have thought that humanity at last would learn to live in peace. But that is not the case. Nonetheless, we've got to keep trying, each one of us individually and the Ramakrishna Mission collectively. We live, Swamiji, in an age of turmoil and transition, when the old is collapsing and the new is struggling to be born. And we find ourselves precariously poised between a disappearing past and an indeterminate future. At a time like this, when old landmarks are collapsing, we look back upon our spiritual heritage. And every religion has a very rich spiritual heritage. Hinduism has a particularly rich one because of the thousands of years in which it has been in existence, and because of the multiplicity of paths that Hinduism presents for salvation. So, of all these, if you fly from here to Calcutta, you will see the great Himalayas. Astattarasam Dishidevatatma Himalayo Nam Nagadhiraja. Kalidas has described Himalayas. Or Allama Iqbal called it, वो पर्वत सबसे ऊंचा, हमसाया आसमां का, वो संतरी हमारा, वो पासबा हमारा. Now, if you fly like that, you will find beautiful peaks from time to time. And the Upanishads are like, if you look at the Vedas like the Himalayas, then the Upanishads are those great peaks that we find, always bathed in the sunlight of wisdom. And the Vedanta, about which I am supposed to speak today, is in fact the philosophy of the Upanishads. It is so full of content that it is very difficult to encapsulate the philosophy of the Upanishads in a short while. But what I will do today is to place before you what I consider to be some cardinal features and points which are necessary for us to understand Vedanta. The first point is the all-pervasiveness of the divine. Brahman. Brahme vidam amritam purustat brahma pashtat brahma dakshinashchottarena adaschodhram japrasitam brahme vidam vishwamidam varishtam. This magnificent universe, not only this tiny speck of dust that we call planet Earth, but Ananta Koti Brahmanda, the untold billions of galaxies are all pervaded by, inhabited by the same divine energy, the divine force. That is a basic concept of the Brahman which we've got to understand for the Vedanta. The second important concept is Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hridesha Tishtati. The Lord resides in the heart of all beings. That's quite extraordinary. We do not believe that there is any chosen race or any chosen religion or any chosen country. Sarvabhutanam Hridesha Tishtati. Wherever we are, whatever race, whatever religion, whatever philosophy we have, the Lord resides within us, within every human being. Now this is a crucial concept. We have the all-pervasive divine, and then we have the spark of that divine within each human being. That is the Atman. So the Brahman and the Atman are the two basic features of the Vedanta. And then there is a fourfold yoga of joining them. Yoga, as you know, means to join. Yuja dhatu. Like in English word join, the same word yoga. Yoga is the technology and philosophy of joining the Atman and the Brahman. And there are multiple paths of yoga, but there are four main paths. There is the Jnana Yoga, there is the Bhakti Yoga, there is the Karma Yoga, and there is the Raja Yoga. These are the four main yogas that we've been following for many centuries. Now, to start with the Jnana Yoga. The Jnana Yoga is the way of the mind. Satasat Viveka. Trying to understand what is the reality behind this ever-changing universe. Because everything around us is changing. Nothing is permanent. Samyak samsarati iti samsara. The definition of samsara means that which changes. But is there anything behind that that doesn't change? Is there any permanent reality? Trying to find that is what the Jnana Yoga is. And the Jnana Yoga must ultimately be able to say, Vedaham etam purusham mahantam adityavarunam tamasa prasad. I have seen that great being shining like a sun beyond the darkness. So the Jnana Yoga is the way of the mind. The Bhakti Yoga is the way of the heart. Unless our heart opens in love and devotion to the divine, whatever form we have of the divine or the formless divine, it's not going to work. Simply the mind is not enough. The heart has to open. The heart chakra has to open. And that is where the bhakti comes in. And we are fortunate in Hinduism, we have a whole array of choices. We can choose any of the gods or goddesses that appeal to us. We can choose a male deity or a female deity. We've got a lot of options. That is why the multiplicity of forms in Hinduism often surprises people. How come there are so many different forms? I say to our Muslim friends, Allah के 99 नाम है ना, उसी तरीके से ब्रह्मांड के 99 forms हैं. It's the same thing, it's the same power, but it reflects in different names or in different forms. So bhakti is very important for us. And therefore, that is where, for example, Sri Ramakrishna was a great bhakta of the goddess Kali, Mahakali. His whole life revolved around bhakti to Mahakali. And Swami Vivekananda was a karma yogi, Ramana Maharshi was a jnana yogi. So that each one of these great yogas have produced great men who have carried the light forward. So the bhakti yoga is, I am personally a devotee of Lord Shiva. Yat yat karma karomi tattat akhilam shambho tavaradhanam. But because I have come from the Himalayas, there are many people who worship different deities down here, down south. So that is the second yoga. The yoga, Jnana Yoga is the way of the mind, Bhakti Yoga is the way of the heart. Karma Yoga is the way of the arms. Which you've got to do. Somebody is speaking there, उनको कहना बात नहीं करे, कौन बोल रहा है? Karma Yoga is the way of the arms. You have to do something. Kurvani viha karmani, jijivishe shatam samaha, evam toi nanyate tosti, na karma lipyate nare. The Ishavasya Upanishad also, in the first line of the first verse, it is Vairagya, tena taktena bhunjitha. But in the second line, Kurvani viha karmani, work here. That's what Swami Vivekananda always said. Not only the first line, the second line. Both must be read together. Atmana mokshartham jagat. So the karma yoga, and we've got to, but remember one thing, all work is not karma. People who are fighting and killing, or the people who threw 500,000 Jews into the gas chambers, that's not karma yoga. That's a dushkarma. Karma yoga is whichever karma you are able to offer to the divine. There's a beautiful verse in the Gita which gives us the secret. Yata pravrittir bhutanam yen sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tam abhyatya siddhim vindati manava. The power that pervades this entire universe, by offering our work to that power, manav siddhi, we move towards perfection. And so, karma yoga is the third very important way, dedicated works. The Jnana Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga, the Karma Yoga, and the fourth, the Raja Yoga, the way of the breath. Now, breath is the most important thing, Qazi Sahib. When we are born, we take our first breath, and when we die, that is known as our last breath. All our lives, we are breathing. But have we ever stopped to look into our breath? Have we stopped once to see the secrets that are involved in our breath? Pranayama is a well-known tradition in India. By regulating the breath, by concentrating upon the breath, you can move towards your goal. And so these four parts of yoga, I think, have to be clearly understood. The Jnana Yoga, the Bhakti Yoga, the Raja Yoga, and the Karma Yoga. These are the first three things that I want to put before you. Then I will now put 2 or 3 important concepts of the Vedanta, which I think are very, very valid today. One thing I find, Swamiji, as we go on, the teachings of the Vedanta become more, not less relevant. Because the situations that are developing in the world now require some kind of an integrated approach to their solution. Now, there are 3 other aspects I'm putting before you. One is, Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one, the wise call it by many names. Our guests from Bangladesh here, they have studied Hinduism, and they know that this concept is critical. The truth is one, Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti. The wise call it by many names. That's why it is so important. This is the basis of the interfaith movement. I may say that for me, my path is the best. But because you do not follow that path, I cannot kill you or burn you or harass you in any way. The acceptance of multiple paths to the divine, I would submit, is the basis of the interfaith movement. You can be as convinced as you like about your path. You cannot force everybody else to follow your path. You cannot say that because you do not follow my path, therefore you are fair game, I can do whatever I like. So, Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahuda Vadanti is a very, very important thing. We are trying in our own country, we've set up the Temple of Understanding, India Foundation, and our General Secretary is here also. And we have been trying to do in our own small way multi-faith prayers and functions and all. It's terribly important. We have once suffered the disasters of communalism in this country, which resulted in partition. We have to be very, very careful now that we carry all sections of community along with us. And we do not allow a new schism, a new drar to appear in our society. I'd like to give this warning. As you know, I come from a Muslim majority state myself. I've grown up there. I used to go to the dargahs, to Chirare Sharif, to Makhdoom Sahab, to Baba Rishi, in the same way as we go to our own temples. But now with this Wahhabism sweeping across the world, the fanaticism that is coming, the situation is very dangerous. And we must not have an equal and opposite reaction in Hinduism. So I would like to particularly stress this point that Ekam Satya Prabhupada Vadanti is very critical. Then another concept, Bahujana Sukhaya, Bahujana Hitaya. What better definition is there of communism? मेरे कम्युनिस्ट होते थे पार्लियामेंट में, तो मैं उनसे कहता था, मैंने कहा इससे बढ़कर आपकी क्या कम्युनिज्म होगी? बहुजन सुखाय बहुजन हिताय, हर एक का कल्याण हो, हर एक व्यक्ति का कल्याण हो। सर्वेपि सुखिनः सन्तु सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु माँ कश्चित् दुःख भाग भवेत्। इससे बढ़कर कोई कम्युनिज्म नहीं हो सकती है। ये भी हमारे शास्त्रों में एक निहित है कि बहुजन सुखाय बहुजन हिताय। और इसमें एक याद रखा जाए कि बहुजन सुखाय केवल हम अपने लिए नहीं देखें, लेकिन हम लोगों के लिए देखें, जो दूसरे लोग हैं, जो दुखी हैं, जो पीड़ित हैं, उनकी सेवा करें, जैसे रामकृष्ण मिशन कर रहे हैं। तो ये मूल मंत्र हैं हमारे वेदांत के।